What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with a review for Grown Up Hip Hop. Sorry, you guys, that I didn't do the review last week or the week before that. I've been out for the last 2 weeks now. You guys remember I told you I wasn't doing my birthday week, but I didn't do last week. And then I found out I actually took the notes for last week's review. I just didn't do it because I just didn't feel like it because I just didn't want to talk about Sam. But we're back. This is the season finale of season 6. Episode 12, Don't Start the Fire. Now, before we get into this review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and you're not yet subscribed to the channel, why are we still going on this date? Do me a big favor and hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell button, hit all the buttons, hit the like button. And also, you guys, since we're talking about subscribing, I haven't mentioned my planner channel in a month of Sundays. So what I would like for you guys to do is to go over to my planner channel. It'll be, the name of it will be right here on the screen for you. I'm going to put it right there. And I'm also going to link, it's always linked in the description bar. It's literally in every video. If you guys click the description bar, it's always there. My planner channel is there. My affiliate link is there. And my email is there. So yeah, get into that. Now, without further ado, let's talk about the season finale of Growing Up Hip Hop. Very interesting. But let's talk about it, you guys. So last week's episode, it ended with before Egypt went out to the showcase to perform, right? So Egypt gets on stage, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that performance was cringeworthy at best. Cause I was just like, ooh, it was just giving me all types of secondhand embarrassment. The more I looked at the girl perform, I'm like, this is just not good. And then you got Samantha in the background, just singing along to the lyrics. It's like, dude, chill out. Even Brad had to turn around and look like, damn, we get that you're supporting your girl, but calm down. Like, calm down. He was doing the absolute most for me, right? So then we get to the last performance, and the last performance was Brianna, and Brianna did a good job. I liked it, right? So the winners of the showcase was going to go on Trick and Trina's morning show. Now, if anybody's out there in Miami, let me know if you guys ever heard them on the Trick and Trina show. I'm not in that market, so I would never know. What else? So it was a three-way tie. It was a tie between Egypt. It was a tie between, I think it was JoJo's artist, and I think it was Twist artist. I can't remember who the three-way tie was. Well, I know it was between. Actually, that's who it was. JoJo's artist, Twist artist, and Egypt. Y'all must have just been, it must have just been a nice day to give it to Egypt because she wasn't that good. Let's keep it real. So then after the performance, now last week's episode, we got introduced to JoJo's daughter from, JoJo. So we got introduced, ew. Okay, that was a part of that pizza. So we got introduced to JoJo's daughter. Her name is Sequoia, right? So in last week's episode, she was talking about how she had an issue with Angela because of her baby dad. I'm like, girl, you have issues with Angela behind a man? Do you realize how stupid that sounds? But I'll call you a little sis, go off if that's how you feel, right? So she also had a little bit of an issue with Denise because Denise, I don't know how she took this as Denise being shady or what. Because when she came in, they introduced her and her mother. Denise was like, well, who's her mother and who's her daughter? I mean, if you felt some type of way about that, you should have said, hey, you should have addressed her right then and there and said, what do you mean by who's her mother and who's her daughter? Are you saying I'm old looking? Actually, if someone asks you who's the mother and who's the daughter, they're saying it as a compliment to your mama, saying that your mom looks young enough that you're her sister. This little girl, she ain't got no common sense, right? Ooh. God, I just get my knee. Oh, that hurt and it burned. So at this point, she's just doing the most with Denise for no reason. She's like, why did you roll your eyes? Like, Denise told you it wasn't that deep that she was paying a compliment to your mama. When she said she was paying a compliment to your mama, you should have just left it at that and moved on. But nope, you trying to make a scene. You trying to make a scene and a name for yourself. That's what you trying to do. I caught it. I was over it. I'm moving on. If Denise wasn't pregnant, if Denise was not pregnant, I would have been happy if Denise had just popped that little girl one good time. Especially when she picked up that drink like, oh, That's what you about to do. Cree stepped in and said, nah, that's what we're not about to, that's not what we about to do. And they got Denise out of there. It's like, come on. I know she don't know Denise is pregnant, but girl, you're starting something for no reason. That was the dumbest thing to start an argument over. You realize that, right? Okay, let's move on. All right, you guys. Next, it's time for the Raggedy Bunch to sit down, right? It's time for the Raggedy Bunch. And if you guys don't know who the Raggedy Bunch is, it is Egypt and Sandy. So we see Maureen and she and TT are talking, right? So she's telling TT that when it comes to Shawn, that Shawn, we know how Sam is. Sam does things to get a, he does things for a reaction. He does things for attention. So when it comes to Shawn, Shawn needs to pay him what? Dust. I was with her on that one. Pay him dust. But I'm sorry if for me, if I was TT and Maureen, there is no way in hell I would be able to sit down with Sandy and Egypt with the lies that they have spread. You know what I'm saying? It's the lies for me. And then they can continue to lie in this episode. We're going to talk about it when we get to that point, right? So then we see Cree. So Cree is down in Miami, right? And she goes to visit Vanessa. And when she sat down in that chair, it ripped. I was like, damn. So then, she and Vanessa talk about the showcase. She just came back from Vegas. So then she tells her about Sequoia attacking Denise. And Vanessa was like, she attacked Denise? She was like, yeah. She was like, she took what Denise said as shady, but Denise was actually paying her mom a compliment. Because when she came in, Denise said, who's the mom and who's the daughter? I still don't get how that little dumbass girl got that was shady. How was that shady? That means she paid your mama a compliment. She's saying you look too young to have a daughter that is of adult age. Okay, girl, go on. And then, Cree also tells Vanessa that she has an issue with Angela. She's like, why does she have an issue with Angela? And she's like, I guess because Angela, something with Angela and her baby daddy. And Vanessa's like, this is behind a guy. Exactly. It's behind a guy. Girl, you're stupid. You sound stupid. Everything that Miss Sequoia had an issue with, she literally just sounds, actually she sounds like a kid. She sounds like, how old is she, Bob? I needed to look that up. Because she sounds like she's in her early 20s. She sounds like she's in her teens to early, I know she's not a teenager. She sounds like she's in her early to mid 20s. Especially, maybe we'll say early 20s, because that's just dumb. The shit that you want to argue about. You want to argue about a man that you're not with. Granted, you have a child with him, but you're not with him. Then you want to argue about what you considered shady, which was not being shady. The hell, girl, grow up. That's the best advice I can give to you, Miss Sequoia. Grow up. That's what you need to do, is grow the hell up, because you just look really childish and stupid at this point. Yeah, moving on. Oh God, the Raggedy Bunch. So we see Sam. So Sam is with the Raggedy Bunch, and at this point I'm trying to figure out, why is Sam with the Raggedy Bunch? Like, he's not. Okay. If I'm gonna go on Sam, I have to say the same for Shawn, right? So with Sam and Shawn, I don't necessarily understand. I mean, I get, once they sat down, I do understand why they are going, but I don't understand at the same time. This is an issue between the women, This is an issue between Tahira. Actually, no, scratch that. It's an issue between Sandy and Egypt. They just managed to drag Tahira into this. But it's a one-sided issue. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, I get why you would want, I guess I can understand why you would want Sam and Shawn there, because Shawn and Sam are the fiancés of Egypt and Tahira. So if you would just want them to be cordial. So I can get that part. I can get it. But I guess my issue with Sam is the fact that Sam inserts and interjects into the issue between Tahira and Egypt. I think that's what my biggest gripe is. Shawn, not so much, but Sam, that's all he does. He's a grifter. He's an interloper. He's a con. He's a he's a lot of things. So for me, when it comes to Sandy and with Egypt, number one is the damn delusions between those two that irritates me. They are delusional as hell, right? And now they want to play the victims at the same time. It's like y'all are eerie. Y'all are the dumbest two people I've ever saw, right? Y'all want to make this all about TT that she's done so much to y'all, right? But y'all haven't done anything. Y'all didn't bring that raggedy ass Dawn on this show, but okay, let's play and let's just play like you didn't bring that raggedy ass Dawn on here, which you 1000% brought that raggedy dust bucket on here. And so now, like I said, the delusions, right? So Egypt wants to say that Tahira messed up her name and her reputation. Little girl, what reputation, what name did you have? Please enlighten me. Actually, I want you guys to enlighten me. If you guys know what name and what reputation she had that Tahira magically messed up, let me know. And I'm being dead ass serious. I just want to know what she did. So then we see JoJo and Denise, right? So JoJo and Denise, they're telling their daughter Mia that they're going to have another baby. And, they ask her, what do you want it to be? She says she wants a girl. And JoJo's like, you don't want it to be a boy? Like, I need a boy in this whole thing with us, I'm the only man. So it was cute saying, don't do that, right? So then once she leaves, JoJo tells Denise, with this pregnancy, you're supposed to avoid stress. She says, I can't control I can't control the guest list. That's on you. So then she's like, I heard that initially Sequoia had an issue with Angela, but at the party, she comes to me. Baby girl was lucky that I'm pregnant because I would have drugged her. I'm like, I really would have preferred you to do that because she just looks stupid. And I think that's my issue. I don't advocate for violence, but if you want to look like a clown, you can get treated like a clown, in my personal opinion. That's just how I feel. But yeah, let's move on. All right, you guys. So we see Tretch, we see Tyran, Shawn, and Sam. They sit down, right? And they wanted to, just figure out what's going on and how they can mend it with Sam and Shawn. My issue with Tretch is, I get it. You want to be neutral. So you don't want to say, oh, it's you and it's you. You want to put it on both of them, but it's not on both of them. It's on your future daughter-in-law. It's on your future daughter-in-law over here, Samantha. She's the one with the issue. She's the one that inserts herself in everything. So, I get it. He said, yeah, I get it. You're trying to mend fences and smooth the calm the waters. But like I said, it's this one to this side. It's Samantha. That's the issue. It's your future daughter-in-law. So Sam, the fact that he said, he thinks the issue is with Shawn, I'm like, nah, bitch, it's with you. You and Egypt and that raggedy ass Sandy. So then we see Egypt and TT. So TT said, hey Siri. Oh, damn. Did she hear me? She didn't hear me. So she said to her, set a timer for 60 minutes. So she set the timer for 60 minutes and they were like, okay, we get it. You got things to do. Yeah, I got better things to do than to sit here and listen to YouTube talk. I have a baby that I need to get back to. So then Egypt is talking to TT about the fact that she's upset that, which I remember this because I remember this scene when they were talking about what was in Sam's bank account. His bank account was negative $300. I remember that. I do remember that scene. What season was that? I can't remember which season that was. So that's what her issue is. I'm like, so you're upset about the fact that she said that the boy had negative $300 in his checking account? Girl, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing to be mad at your cousin about. The fuck? That is nothing. If the man didn't have any money in his checking account, the man didn't have any money in his checking account. What you want me to do? Like, so then TT was like, so tell me, what did I lie about? Like, you're talking about I told lies. Tell me one. They could never tell her any lies. So then let's move over to Angela. So we see Angela. She's doing her photo shoot. She looks great, by the way. So then Vanessa joins her. Wait a minute. They talked about the photo shoot. They talked about if Angela talked about how she wanted a boob job. Vanessa asked her with this photo shoot, would it be something that she would be okay with their dad seeing? Vanessa never once mentioned anything about that girl Sequoia, did she? Or did I miss it? I don't believe she ever mentioned anything about that girl Sequoia. I mean, I did remember earlier in the episode, Cree told her not to talk to her about it. So I guess we're gonna get to this in the next season if the girl comes back. That's interesting. I just thought about that, right? Very interesting. They didn't mention it. Sam, I can't stand his smug ass. Like, I really cannot stand him. So, him and Shawn were able to, I guess, smooth things over. Shawn said, well, let me ask you a question. Well, actually, Sam had said he didn't have anything to do with the rumors, but, it's being started, about him cheating. I don't know what to believe. Do I believe? Oh, God. I can't utter the words. I kind of believe him. For once, I kind of believe him. So then, they agreed that if they have an issue, if Sam has an issue with Tahira and if Shawn has an issue with Egypt, he'll come to her. They'll come to each other. They'll call each other. He does ask Shawn. Shawn does ask Sam. So, did you ever think that Tahira was in love with you? He says no, right? Whatever. Then let's move back over to Egypt. Egypt is hella delusional, right? She keeps saying that TT tried to take her place. The fact that she is, Peppa's daughter, she was in her stomach. Girl, what? And then she's talking about her followers and how the fact that TT tried to ruin her reputation. I'm like, huh? What are you talking? We sat on this. Basically, I'm gonna sum it up. The girl is delusional as hell. But I guess they worked it out. I don't know. I think TT's was just like, what? Let them think whatever they want to think. I'm gonna let them believe what they want to believe, and we can kind of have some sense of normalcy. I don't know. TT is a lot better than me. Like, if my family did some shit like that to me, I just want to be able to forgive them. I really would not, because I have a hard time forgiving people. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have the hardest time forgiving people. Like, there's some people in my life that I need to forgive, and that, I need to forgive now, but I can't do it because they've hurt me. But that's the season finale. Please let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Like this video, leave your comments in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell button, and I'll see you guys for something else. I'm not gonna review Brad Loves Judy. Sorry, you guys. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I guess I'll be back when either Growing Up Hip Hop, LA, or New York, or Atlanta returns. So I'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.